Good morning, Superbasshole Fishing Tournament family and Northwest Bass Holes. It is another glorious day here in the Northwest, and we're one day closer to the Superbasshole Fishing Tournament. And that means that it's time to take a look at a fourth place prize box. We had a really good base to start off with the prize boxes this year because so many went unclaimed due to the COVID virus that was going around. A lot of people weren't able to compete and get out and fish like they would have liked to, and so we just took that, rolled it back over into this tournament, and continued adding to the prize boxes. All right, so let's get started with what we've got. First, I'd like to start with what goes in the case. Okay, we've got a lot of flies from Jennifer Lambright of Little Creek Flies, and she has done an outstanding job on these, and I believe it's fourth place up that has the little case with the Plano case with the flies and some various other items. Look at this dragonfly that she's done, and I've had great success with this one, and this was a special order, and one of the first orders that I put in with her. I think I shocked her with the amount that I wanted, just so that I could bring it all to you. And she's continued on creating stuff, and here is another fly that she has done. Beautiful. And with bigger, I had them all done with bigger hooks, and I was hoping that these would be, something that would entice bass, because a couple years ago I was fishing with a friend and his brother, and he was throwing flies and catching bass with flies, and it really intrigued me, and I was like, awesome, why not add it to the arsenal? And then we've got, also from Jennifer Lambright, this little butterfly. And I've thrown this before, and I've hooked up with it. It's a real joy. One of my particular favorites from Jennifer is this topwater frog type fly, with a fringe, and I was fishing it along the weed mats in the summertime, and the bass just kept rolling on this thing. It was so much fun. You just kind of work it and get it to glide, and they'll do the rest. And then we have here from CCL Lures, we have a rat. And then from Jeff Meeks of Drunken Lures, we have this little tiny frog weight bait. Jeff did an outstanding job on it, and I've thrown it, and I love it, and thought I'd bring it to you all. All right, we have here the hoochie frog from Bo Merkel. Look at that. Beautiful. Just an interesting kind of novelty bait that he has done, and did them up for me, and I'm just really pleased with it. I haven't thrown mine yet, but I intend to. Look at that. Oh yeah. And of course, no prize box would be complete without, ugly bugs going into it. And we've got this blue dragonfly ugly bug. Bill Merkel of Samson's Lures, one of my go-to guys for baits, and does outstanding work, and I love what he does, and I continue to go back to him. Solid human being. And if you don't have anything in your tackle box from Bo, check him out. You can find him on Facebook at Samson's Lures, or I'm Hooked. And we've got another ugly bug. This is a Generation 2. Beautifully done. And Bo and Lily have been helping me with my endeavors, and I just keep throwing more and more business at them. And I expect them to tell me no at some point, but no, they don't, and they're good sports about it all. We've got this beautiful pompadour. Look at that. I've used Bo's pompadours, and they're just outstanding and a joy to fish with, and they track wonderfully in the water. Highly recommend it. One of the ideas that I had for baits was a mangrove grouper type pattern, and Bo came up with it and worked it out, and I love throwing this particular one. Bass destroy it. And then we also have this other one in the bluegill pattern from Bo Merkel. Thank you so much, Bo, for all your additions that are going into these prize boxes. They just round everything out and just, you know, it makes it something special. From Davy's Custom Lures, we have this crankbait, big old frog that he's done. And I've got one for myself and I've thrown it. I love it. It is a joy to throw, and you know what they say, bigger baits, bigger bass. And that is true with this one. Check Davy out on Facebook at Davy's Custom Lures and see if he doesn't have something in there that won't trip your trigger and step up your game. Last year, and we still have a lot of representations of this gentleman of attack baits, Arthur Schwartz. Look at this craw pattern that he's done. Let's get the glare off there. There we go. Angry red eye. Wonderfully done pattern on the craw. Thank you so much, Arthur. I am so pleased to be putting this into the prize boxes. Get that out there, you know, for people to try, work, and see what they think about it. And then also from Arthur, we have this spook. It's got that orange tail on it for a strike target. Fluorescent green and black. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. Arthur can also be found on Facebook at Attack Custom Baits. Check him out. And then from a gentleman that I served with in the Army, Nicholas Roberts of Angling Addicts of the Pacific Northwest. We have this lure here. It's been designed for salmon and steelhead, but I've used it and I've hooked up with bass on it. It's a great piece of work, and if you're interested in supporting a veteran-owned business, you can find Nicholas on Facebook and on YouTube at Angling Addicts of the Pacific Northwest, and check out his videos on YouTube. He does outstanding fishing videos, cook and catch. You know, he's just constantly going from place to place to place, and I wish I had the kind of time that he does, because he's just out there doing it, and you know, the passion that he has for what he's doing is really evident. So I highly recommend you check out his videos and check out the products that he is offering. Okay, and then from Davy Starkweather, we've seen this one before. It's the black jig, and I wanted to pair this with it. Where did I do with it? It was right here. There we go. All right. From Yakov Levy of Hebrew Texas Fishing Lures, we got these jig trailers. Tell me, what do you think with these two paired up, this swim jig and this? Do you think you could catch fish? I know I could. All right, people. And from David Wyatt of Only 5 Customs. Look at this outstanding bass pattern, and it's done up more like a smallmouth bass, but this is going to work, and it is going to catch fish like nobody's business. Check out David on Facebook at Only 5 Customs. Thank you, David. And rest assured, people, we've got more stuff coming in from David that is going to be going into the prize boxes, so you're going to see more representations of his work. All right. Another veteran friend of mine, Travis Yagi, makes his own spinner baits, and Travis is out of Holland, Iowa. Does an outstanding job, and this one is in the perch pattern, and I fished with Travis, and these things work. Lucky individuals are going to be receiving these. Here's another spinner bait from Travis Yagi of Yagi's Custom Lures. Look at that. And it is a 3/4 ounce, so you're going to be able to throw this thing like you wouldn't. You're not going to believe it. It's going to go a country mile. So make sure that you've got some good line on it, or you might go a country mile and a half. All right. Very awesome. All right, from Lou Roberto of Get Hooked, we have this beautiful, beautiful perch pattern right here in a square bill crank. Look at that. Lou does an outstanding job. His customer service is first rate, and I love his videos. I love his advertisement, and you know, his customer service is just outstanding. Can't go wrong there. You know, get hooked on Lou's Lures. And here's another one from Lou. We have this beautiful popper, or whopper plopper. does an outstanding job, and we have various representations of that particular whopper plopper throughout the prize boxes, so you know you're not going to be disappointed. From Too Fresh Fishing and from Terrence Downing of Too Fresh Fishing, we have a soda or beer koozie. I know it's in pink, but color's immaterial when it comes to keeping your drink cool. All right, from Nicholas Chen of CCL Lures, we have got some monster baits here, and I love working with Nicholas. His customer service is outstanding, and he's coming up with new product all the time. Thank you so much, Nicholas. I'm proud to be putting these into the prize boxes. Also from Nicholas, we have this bluegill pattern in a vinyl wrap, small little wake bait. Look at that. I've used these and I've hooked up with them. Outstanding. And then also from Nicholas, we have this 6-inch glide bait. Beautiful. Beautiful. Nicholas, thank you for so much for hooking me up with what I needed in order to, round out these prize boxes. You're a scholar and a gentleman, and I appreciate everything that you do. All right, one of the commercial products that we have is from Arky, and it is the Crawl and Grub jig. 4th place and up, I believe, have these in here. I used to fish with these quite often, loved them. I still have some in my fishing arsenal, and there'll be times that I just turn back to my old favorites and I'll fish them and I'll work them, and it just usually turns out to be a really outstanding day. So, from Spear Point Hooks, we have fishing hooks that are going to be going into the prize boxes. They are the new kids on the block, and I love their product. And these hooks I have found the hookup on it extremely sharp, but it pins kind of like the old Trapper Tackle hooks, pins that bass in the lip, and you just drag him in and they don't get off. Outstanding. We have some bullet weights that'll be going into it also. And then some of the baits that I first started out fishing with, and I like them, and I just keep going back to them, and I don't know if they're available all across the country, but out here in the Northwest, they're quite prevalent. From Creme, we have some shad minnows. And let's see, what is this one? They call it the Creature, kind of like a salamander type presentation in the watermelon green. Absolutely lovely. All right, and we have the 420 stick worms. These are luminescent from Terrence Downing of Too Fresh Fishing. I've got more product that is coming in from Terrence, but the mail is running a little slow because of the cold weather, and hopefully they will be here by the 22nd, and then we'll get a product breakdown of it. And I'm expecting some stuff from Yakov Levy too, and then we'll just go from there, and this will all be going in to plus up the prize boxes. Lucky, lucky people. Terrence has been putting up a lot of pictures lately. Even though that Terrence uses and makes his own baits, he's not above going out and fishing somebody else's. And the 6-inch Texas Fatty Wiggler from Yakov Levy of Hebrew Texas Fishing Lures, one of my personal favorites and favorite colors, and it has been devastating here in the Northwest and devastating down there in Florida. Okay, so here we go. We have the 7-inch Texas Salamander in the bass hole color. The color was developed by Yakov Levy specifically for Northwest bass holes. Be really proud to be putting this into the prize boxes. Thank you, Yakov. And we have the 4-inch Texas Fatty Wiggler in Kentucky Bass. 12 in the box. Has that little green tip on the tail. Get it up there, get it set, get it wiggling. Watch the bass go berserk. All right, people, that is what a 4th place prize box looks like. And as we get closer to the tournament, we're going to go through prize box number 3, 2, and 1. And also remember, there is a prize that will be going out for the largest bass caught nationally. So you as an angler, even though you'll be competing in your own region, for the largest bass caught nationally, you'll be competing against everybody in the United States. So the bass with the largest bass with the heaviest weight caught at the end of the tournament will receive that portrait from that I had done up from Stephen Michaels, and it's just beautiful. And I'm going to be getting a plaque put on it that will state Superbasshole Fishing Tournament 2021 largest bass caught nationally. So there you go, people. You have a blessed day. I'm out of here. I'm going to take my wife out to breakfast, and until I talk to you again, remember, each and every one of you is northwest of somewhere. Bye-bye for now.